Now on 4 News Now at 6, families are shelling out big bucks for eggs at the grocery store. Many are now heading straight to the source. We'll show you how much you can save by heading to the farm, plus why one local group isn't raising their prices despite a rise in demand.
We got a break today, but I'm tracking another round of snow on the way. I'll show you how much you can expect where you live and if it will be a slick drive to work and school in your First Alert forecast.
And a massive road project is set to begin on I-90 in North Idaho. We'll show you how it's meant to ease congestion and how long it's going to take. Coming up, you're watching 4 News Now at 6.
As egg prices continue to soar, more people are heading to local farms to save money. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
And I'm Derek Dice. Now, these eggs are from the local farm, Edmonds Eggs. Marissa Rios spoke with them today and shares how business is now booming.
Most of these chickens here lay eggs for Edmonds Eggs.
So Edmonds Eggs is based out of Meade, Washington, but we are a group of 4 friends who love everything chicken, and we sell eating eggs, we sell some hatching eggs, we sell lots of chicks mainly is what we specialize in.
Kate Hall is in charge of operations out of Coeur d'Alene. This here is her chicken coop.
Are there any more in there?
As she and her son brave the cold to collect eggs from one of their hens, she says they get about 12 eggs per day. While the bird flu is causing egg prices to skyrocket at the grocery stores, Kate says more and more people are coming to them for farm fresh eggs. Though business is booming right now, it hasn't always been this way.
Said I was having to give my eggs away. I was having a hard time selling. I'd sell maybe 1 carton a week of eggs, but yeah, now I have people coming daily and asking for 3 dozen at a time.
A dozen of these farm fresh eggs from Edmonds Eggs are $5. At the nearest Safeway, no dozen was under $6.
Now, Edmonds Eggs has also seen an increase of customers wanting these little guys. This right here is a little chicken. She's going to grow up and be able to lay her own eggs.
As Kate's chicks huddle together, she says Edmonds Eggs is having their best year yet when it comes to chick orders.
And we've seen at least a 50% increase in people wanting eating eggs this year, but we've seen an 80% increase in people wanting to buy chicks and start their own backyard flock.
As more and more people scramble to get farm fresh eggs from local farms like Edmonds Eggs, Kate says it's hard to keep up with the demand. So right now, they're selling them on a first come, first serve basis.
It's been crazy. It's been a little scary, but it's been awesome and it's been really exciting. And we're really excited to see what this season brings and how we can grow the business.
In Coeur d'Alene, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Now, some people are buying chicks like these to start their own chicken coops, but there are things to keep in mind to lower your flock's chances of getting the bird flu. Be sure to keep wild birds away from your chickens. Keep any equipment you use and the area where the chickens are kept clean, and separate new or returning birds from your flock for at least 30 days.
Well, we want to be the first to alert you to be ready for icy roads to start tomorrow. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker to hear about our next round of snow.
Well, in some locations, that snow will just be getting started for the morning commute. In Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, it is going to be icy morning roads from wet roads refreezing as temperatures drop down into the 20s. We'll get some light snow going sometime before noon, most likely around 10 a.m. That's going to turn into a rain-snow mix or just rain for a slushy evening commute. But by the weekend, it's going to be all rain. Some warmer and wetter weather on the way. Let's take a look at your Wednesday hour by hour. We're going to start the day off with dry conditions, but temperatures will be down below freezing. A slight chance of light snow by 9 a.m. More likely that light snow is going to hold off until 10, 11, and not amounting to much before it turns over to a rain-snow mix as we get into the 2 o'clock hour. High temperature of 35, a little bit cooler than today, but that still turns our snow into either non-accumulating snow or rain. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes. Kirsten?
Thank you, Chris. Breaking on 4 News Now.
Rakeem Mayers, not guilty.
What you just saw was the moment rapper Rakeem Mayers, better known as A$AP Rocky, learned he won't be going to prison for a shooting at a former friend back in 2021. The 3-time Grammy winner claimed he was only carrying a prop gun. that only fired blanks. But prosecutors argued Thursday that the gun was real and cited security video, which he said showed people reacting to a real gun. Mayer's lawyers pushed back, saying the alleged victim knew it was a prop. Before leaving the courtroom, Mayers thanked the jury for saving his life. Had he been convicted, he could have faced more than 20 years in prison.
Well, budget-friendly option will soon be returning to the Spokane airport. Frontier Airlines will return to the area on May 20th, with direct flights to Denver being offered 3 times a week. All right, women in Idaho could be getting more access to breast cancer screening.
Yeah, a proposed bill would require screening that is needed after a mammogram to be covered by insurance for patients who are high risk. Madeline Mullins talked to a radiologist about the importance of these additional screenings.
Right now, most insurances will cover yearly mammograms like what you see behind me. But if House Bill 134 were to pass, women with history of breast cancer in their family or dense breast tissue will get other screenings paid for through their insurance.
Supplemental screening can help detect extra breast cancers. Ultrasound is one method to do that. The other thing that can be used is breast MRI. Breast MRI we typically utilize in women who are at higher risk of breast cancer than your average woman.
Doctors and supporters of the bill say that additional screening could help detect breast cancer earlier in women.
And if you catch breast cancer earlier, the survival is better, is the bottom line. On top of that, it's also a smaller surgery. Treatment is often a little easier as well.
According to the Cancer Data Registry of Idaho, the state ranks 50th in the country for breast cancer screening, and 1 in 3 Idahoans aged 50 to 74 are not up to date on breast cancer screenings.
Supplemental screening, we've also been fairly low because a lot of states mandate insurance coverage for supplemental screening. Idaho has not.
Representative Brooke Green is advocating for this bill and was diagnosed with breast cancer in July.
December 2024, when subsequent supplemental enhanced contrast mammogram, this is the imaging that we're asking for coverage, identified a new breast cancer that my 3D imaging failed to capture in July when I was diagnosed the first time.
Green says the bill could help others detect breast cancer earlier than hers was and save lives. The bill has been moved to the House floor for a second reading. In Coeur d'Alene, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
Still ahead, wildlife experts are trying to figure out how this baby seal ended up almost 10 miles away from shore in Connecticut. Why they think he ran away from his pod, coming up.
Plus, the local family is about to welcome home a foster child whose life was saved thanks to help from a local nonprofit. Coming up, hear how Mark Peterson and the Extreme team are helping the family begin their new life together and the improvements being made to Maddie's Place.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV. Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
For the professional, it's not enough to possess knowledge. We seek to refine it, to wield its power, to redefine its boundaries. Knowledge is put to the test in every GMC Sierra. Get 0.9% APR on select Sierra 1500 models. That's over $4,200 in average finance savings.
See your local GMC dealer.
They're the most vulnerable babies in our community, and Maddie's Place takes care of them. Now it's time for Maddie's Place to get help from the Extreme team, along with helping one special baby get ready for what's next. 4 News Now's Extreme team, brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
I was suicidal all the time, thinking about it nonstop, every day, every moment.
Depression and anxiety rob millions of us of our day-to-day lives, but nothing seems to pull you out of it. Introducing NeuroStim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. At NeuroStim TMS, we treat the root of the problem with a series of short daily treatments. Using a non-invasive magnetic field, TMS activates the natural function of the brain's neurotransmitters to improve mood and regulate emotion. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
The treatment just completely, fundamentally changed my life.
Visit neurostimtms.com today or call to schedule your free consultation at any of our 12 Washington state locations.
Yep, that was me. A I've gotten older, my horse is bigger, and my dad, well...
Since then, we've added the Mitsubishi franchise to our dealership.
Which means we have 0% financing and over $10,000 in discounts below MSRP.
And right now, I'm getting quality pre-owned price below cost.
Below cost?
That's right, Tay, or we couldn't advertise it.
So really nothing's changed. We still have a lot of great deals and we're a lot of fun too.
Lions and Division across from Lowe's.
It's that time of year to book your roofing project now, before the spring rush hits at McVeigh Brothers Roofing, Siding, and Windows. And when you purchase a new CertainTeed roof today, you'll get a 5-star lifetime material and labor warranty upgrade for free.
But she stole my heart from the very beginning.
That was Rebecca Pulowski's reaction when she first saw Miss M, a baby she hopes to one day call her daughter. For safety reasons, we are going to call the 2-year-old Miss M. At just a few months old, she was left at Maddie's Place, a local nonprofit dedicated to helping babies born addicted to drugs along with their parents.
Miss M needed to be on a feeding tube, and she had a hole in her heart. Last spring, she was diagnosed with a brain injury and cerebral palsy. But despite all of that, her foster parents say she's full of life just like any other toddler.
I think it's a miracle, the way that she has just exploded developmentally and the little person that she has developed into. And it is just a blessing to be a part of that.
To help the Pulowskis, our Mark Peterson and the 4 News Now Extreme team helped build a bedroom Miss M can grow into and call her own. But the Extreme team didn't stop there. Over the last few days, they've also been making some upgrades to Maddie's Place so they can help more children in need, just like Miss M. Let's check in with Mark now to see what still needs to be done ahead of tomorrow's big reveal.
There's an old adage, never ask somebody to do something you're not willing to do yourself. Unfortunately, I do try to live by that. So the stoves that were here, they were commercial, they were old, and they were here for 15 years. Now everything underneath them has stuck. We're going to get this cleaned up before we put in the new ovens that are not commercial. They're what these women will be using as they leave here and find their homes and start their lives. So they're going to know how to cook on it.
Really exciting. I think for me and for our whole team here, we have 80 staff at Maddie's Place, and I think we're all just super excited to be part of this, and just the excitement, the fact that we're going to have a new kitchen, that the community cares that much, that KXLY cares that much. Personally, for me, the coverage that's been wrapped around it to have stories go out about our parents and our infants and what we're trying to do has been inspirational for all of us.
Today has been a crazy day. We've had a lot of painting to do. We've changed the colors up a little bit, trying to make them more warm, more welcoming, and just to change from the institutional white to add just a little bit of color. So we're going to be doing the trim. We're going to do walls in the kitchen. It's specialty paint. So we put TSP on yesterday. Now we're getting that paint on, and it will then adhere to the plastic. Action Furniture brought in what will be a small table that they can sit, they can have some breakfast, they can have conversation. And as we all know, the basis of a good home is sitting around a dinner table and having a good meal. So they're going to learn to cook, they're going to learn to relax, they're going to have some great colors, and I'm going to learn how to scrape, something I've known for a long time. For the Extreme team, I'm Mark Peterson, 4 News Now.
Oh, thank you, Mark. Well, wet roads will be refreezing tonight. As early as 7 o'clock, we'll be down at freezing in Spokane into the 20s by 9, and it is going to be a cold start to the day. I'll be back with warmer, wetter weather in the 7-day forecast after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Cal Superstore in Airway Heights.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. I want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you want to do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Where winning is just the beginning.
Naya Rivera. She was a shining star of Glee. Her sudden drowning death shocked everyone. Now, her ex-husband, Ryan Dorsey, opens up in his emotional first TV interview and about raising their son, Josie, alone. Tomorrow on Good Morning America.
It's the Great Rate Reduction Sale this week at Dishman Dodge Ram Chrysler Jeep. And that means we are rolling back the interest rate to our lowest level in years on our large selection of slightly used trucks, cars, and SUVs.
Plus, with most vehicles sold, you'll get a 3-month, 3,000-mile powertrain warranty.
And with new shipments arriving daily, plus a 4.99% financing rate for up to 60 months, there's never been a better time to visit Dishman.
When it comes to replacing your windows and doors, you have options. But not all are created equal. Choose Renewal by Andersen. Andersen brand products are rated #1 for quality, durability, and performance. It's no wonder our products are trusted more than Marvin and Pella. Not sure where to start or worried about upfront costs? Schedule a free, no-obligation consultation. Research the rest, then go with the best. Call Renewal by Andersen today.
For over 15 years, Blessings and Beyond has been a beacon of hope for people experiencing homelessness or tragic circumstances in Spokane. From meals to clothing and hygiene essentials, they meet the community's needs with compassion and love.
You can help families in need by visiting Bless Coffee, ordering catering, or booking a private event. All proceeds go to help those in need.
Numerica Credit Union is honored to donate $1,000 to Blessings and Beyond. This is how Numerica cares for kids.
Fresh Firestone baked pizzas are now available at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. Welcome to Arrowhead Pizza. Specialty pizzas with top-notch ingredients and flavors that hit the jackpot. Located inside Coeur d'Alene Casino's food court. Visit cdacasino.com for details.
Winning is just the beginning.
We want you to take a look at this seal found in New Haven, Connecticut. Wildlife experts are trying to figure out how the 6-week-old pup managed to travel almost 10 miles away from the beach.
He was probably just lost and figured that these are my instincts, but unfortunately with the area being so developed, it's not actually a safe place for him.
So police called a nearby aquarium to help the pup. People at the aquarium saying this is not the first time they've rescued this little guy. He was picked up by the crews over the weekend when he was spotted outside of a seafood restaurant.
Oh, well.
We're like, well, he's still bright and alert and looking good, but maybe we can just relocate him to a safe beach. And so our team did do that. But then unfortunately the next day he showed up right back in the middle of the city there.
Wildlife experts believe because he's underweight, he waddled into town to try and get away from other seals that might hurt him. Our producer said he might be getting bullied.
Or maybe he really likes that seafood restaurant. He knows what he was looking for and would go to any great length to go get it.
Must be good.
It seems like the next step in evolution. Like, I'm just going to go right to the restaurant.
The shrimp cocktail, please.
Yeah, very amazing. Well, it is going to be more wet weather on the way. We're all going to feel like seals by the time the weekend is over. But in the short term, a little more wintry weather to talk about. Live conditions right now, we are above freezing. Made it up to 37 today in Spokane. That's the warmest weather we've had since the first day of February. We hit 40, and then it's been pretty cool since then. So 35 right now in Spokane, 35 in Coeur d'Alene. However, we are heading down to overnight lows in the 20s, so there will be some freezing. Now, here is a look at the winter weather alerts in effect. You'll notice that there is a stripe right up through the middle that does include Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, and it all has to do with timing. The system comes in the early morning hours, so it'll start off as snow for winter weather advisory goes into effect at 1 a.m., continues until 1 p.m. for the Columbia Basin. 1 to 4 inches of snow north of I-90, up to 1 inch of snow south of I-90, but there may be some pockets of freezing rain. It'll be a little bit of snow and possibly more of a rain-snow mix around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. And then from noon Wednesday till 4 a.m. Thursday, mountain snow for the central panhandle. Let's take a look at our forecast radar. 2 a.m. we're already seeing that snow for Winthrop, Wenatchee, a rain-snow mix, a little bit of freezing rain possible around Moses Lake. That wet weather takes its time moving into Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Here's 9 a.m. with some light snow. That will continue, but slowly turning over into more of a rain-snow mix. By 5 o'clock, mostly non-accumulating snow, and then we begin drying out as we head into Wednesday night. Difficult to quantify the snow because it will be turning to rain at times, but our computer model looking at less than an inch around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. In fact, most locations less than an inch in extreme eastern Washington and north Idaho. Right around the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. Could see more up on the higher benches as we head to the West Plains. Over an inch and a half possible, but most locations will be seeing less than that. Meanwhile, temperatures tomorrow will be up above freezing in most locations. Spirit Lake, an exception, 35 in Meade, at the airport in Spokane, in Liberty Lake, Coeur d'Alene, and Spangle, 37 in downtown Spokane. Around the region, temperatures mostly in the 30s, mostly above freezing. 41 in Grand Coulee, 42 in Lewiston, 32 tomorrow in Winthrop. Our high temperature trend, we are going from 35 tomorrow, warming all the way up to 47, above average temperatures for the first time in a long time. But don't get out your sunglasses because it is also going to be wet. We have got some rain coming in late Friday as a rain-snow mix, and then all rain Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And look at some of those overnight lows. 37 Saturday into Sunday. We've come a long way in a short period of time. Kirsten?
We sure have. All right. Thank you, Chris. Well, some food vendors in Coeur d'Alene say they want their money back after they paid for spots at a concert series that never happened.
The Live at 5 concerts were canceled in 2024 because the concert promoter didn't make payments to the city of Coeur d'Alene. Derek Strom spoke with vendors and the city about how this could be resolved.
Vendors in Coeur d'Alene say they gave thousands of dollars to a concert promotion business run by Tyler Davis to secure their spots at a concert series that was never held. Now they hope there's a way to get their money back from the concert promoter.
I'm not a crook. If I was, I certainly wouldn't be here in front of you. I've got the best intentions in mind.
That's Tyler Davis at a city council meeting earlier this month. Davis had a contract with the city for the Live After 5 concert series in 2024, but told the council a perfect storm of issues meant he couldn't hold up his end of the deal.
That year was just a crazy epiphany of really crummy weather, walking in with underfunded season. And this, the first 3 events out, we lost anywhere between $5,000 to $6,000, $8,000.
Los Brazos Mexican Grill paid for a spot at the concerts. The owner says they were never reimbursed after the concerts were canceled, and they want their fellow small businesses to be heard, voicing their frustration to the city council tonight.
Honestly, we're not looking to get the money back at this point now because it's been too long. I'm honestly just here talking about it to bring awareness to the situation, and we know that a bunch of small business did get it taken advantage of.
The city council here is not sure if they even want to get involved in this dispute between small businesses, and they're not sure that there's anything they can do to help those businesses.
It's just that, we have limited government here, and there's only so much we can do. We don't want to be weighing in on neighbor-to-neighbor disputes or business-to-business disputes. I'd like to see us keep hands off, but we do care, and we do want to help. If there's something we can do, I'm hoping we can do it.
In Coeur d'Alene, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
Well, heads up to anyone planning on taking their dog to Spokane's Highbridge Dog Park. The Spokane Parks and Rec Department says the small dog area will be closed for about a week while crews build a new covered shelter. The large dog area will remain open. The Parks Department hopes to have the small dog area back open by the 25th. And still ahead, more than $100 million in a project set to begin on I-90 in Kootenai County, when it's expected to start, and what it could mean for your commute.
Plus, after several high-profile plane crashes in recent weeks, many are wondering if flying is still safe. We'll explain why experts say there's no need for concern next on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's the Hard Knock Life for us. One of the most popular musicals of all time is back. See Annie, Broadway's favorite orphan, live on stage in an all-new production, hailed by the Chicago Tribune as one of the best family musicals ever written. Annie is back to spread hope for all the hard knocks life throws your way. So clear away those sorrows and get your tickets to Annie today.
February 28th through March 2nd at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Tickets on sale now at BroadwaySpokane.com.
A new year and a new adventure with the perfect Chevy to take you anywhere. With pure power unleashed and future-forward technology. Because every mile matters. And every path leads to new possibilities. Get 2.9% APR plus no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2025 Equinox models. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Yeah, definitely. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. See you next week.
Bye.
All right. Thanks. All right. Take care. Bye, everyone.
All right, he's fixed. Place should be ready by game time.
Ah, sweet, man. But hey, since you're here, you want to play a quick game of horse?
I've never played before, but well, I just get into the hoop.
Yeah, something like that.
All right. Like that?
You know what? Forget the game. Show me that work you did on the furnace earlier.
Okay, yeah. Well, that was pretty good, though, right?
Let's just worry about the furnace for now.
You think I could dunk?
Your home is more than a place, it's a feeling, a reflection of who you are. And at the Tin Roof, we believe furniture should do more than fill a room, it should inspire it. From timeless dining tables to sofas you can sink into and decor that tells your story, every piece is thoughtfully curated to make your space feel effortlessly you. Because it's not just furniture, it's where memories are made, where comfort lives, and where life happens. It's more than furniture, it's a feeling.
4 News Now is brought to you by Craig Swap & Associates.
We have some breaking news here on 4 News Now. At least one person has died in a crash that's involving a semi-truck in Stevens County. We know this happened near Blue Creek and Andy Gifford Road, 15 miles south of Colville. A detour is in place in that area. There's still no word yet on what led up to the crash.
Well, you're now looking at the moment a Delta flight crashed at a Toronto airport yesterday, injuring 21 people. As of right now, investigators still don't know what caused the crash.
Airport officials saying the wintry weather was rougher than usual leading up to that crash.
On Thursday and Sunday, we got more than 20 inches, 50 centimeters of accumulated snow. In fact, it is more snow within that time window than we received in all of last winter.
Officials say 2 runways remain closed as investigators examine the wreckage. They expect delays and cancellations for at least the next 2 days.
Now, this latest plane crash has many wondering if flying is still a safe method of transportation.
CNN's Karen Kaifa explains why you should not be concerned.
The crash landing of a Delta Airlines flight at Toronto's airport Monday has put airline safety front and center again in 2025. But aviation experts say the numbers still point to the skies being very safe.
Aviation is safe, commercial aviation, safest form of transportation, even as these incidents do, rightfully shake people up a little bit.
In its most recent safety report, the IATA, the trade association of the world's airlines, says that on average, a person would have to travel by air every day for more than 103,000 years to experience a fatal accident based on the 2023 safety numbers. Experts also say the preparedness of the people around a disaster, like those who responded to Monday's crash, makes a difference.
Everything that could go wrong went wrong, yet still 80 people survived the accident. And what that tells me is just the preparedness and the attention to safety, everything that happened to make sure that these people were safe happened.
That includes airport personnel on the ground and the flight crew on board.
They go through exhaustive scenarios to protect passengers. And I think that you can have the confidence when you step on a plane.
Aviation experts also note safety improvements that make aircraft better able to protect passengers in the event of a crash like the one in Toronto, amid an industry that strives for perfection every time.
We can never rest on our record or our laurels, right? So you take every day as another opportunity to improve, to be better.
In Washington, I'm Karen Kaifa.
Well, the Great Outdoors Comedy Festival is returning to Spokane this summer.
Find out if your favorite comedian will be performing coming up.
After the break, Idaho is expanding parts of I-90. We'll share where and how much it's going to cost. Still ahead.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
At Spokane Transit, we support our local economy. Our buses bring workers to our region's largest employers, and our routes service warehouses, hospitals, schools, and hotels. But it's not just about workers. We make it easy for people to access local shops, restaurants, and services, bringing more customers to businesses across the region. At Spokane Transit, we're proud to play a vital role in keeping our community moving and strengthening our economy.
They're the most vulnerable babies in our community, and Maddie's Place takes care of them. Now it's time for Maddie's Place to get help from the Extreme Team, along with helping one special baby get ready for what's next. 4 News Now's Extreme Team, brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
What can we make for you today? From the Sweet Palace in Phillipsburg, Montana.
Hi, I'm Todd, president of Pacific Bath. It's a new year, and what better time to update your shower space with a beautiful Kohler Luxstone shower installed in just 2 days or less. Jason?
Thanks, Todd. The Kohler Luxstone shower is now so popular that we're starting out 2025 with the biggest savings of the year. $2,025 off a new Kohler Luxstone shower. Homeowners have trusted the Kohler brand for more than 150 years. Plus, Pacific Bath provides a down-to-the-penny price backed by Kohler's lifetime limited warranty. So call now during our New Year new shower sale. Remember, we're starting 2025 by offering $2,025 off a new Kohler Luxstone shower. Plus, no payments and no interest for 12 months. That's right, $2,025 off and no payments and no interest for 12 months. But this offer is only for a limited time, so call now.
If you've been in a wreck with a big truck, you can bet the trucking company has a lot of lawyers working for them. That's when you call Russell & Hill to make sure you get all the money you deserve. Call 800-LAW-0842.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Well, in 4 years, getting around between Post Falls and Coeur d'Alene, doing your errands, work, and dropping off the kids is going to be smoother.
The state will soon start a nearly $200 million upgrade on I-90 between the two cities. Take a look here. The Idaho Transportation Department is adding 2 lanes in each direction of the freeway between Highway 41 and Highway 95. Hunter Bertram is live along that stretch of I-90 to tell us why the state is making this big investment.
Yeah, hey, Derek, take a look at I-90 right now. It's dark, but you can make out the lights. It's heavy traffic even after rush hour and, congestion at times. And that's really the big reason why the state wanted to make this change is to reduce congestion, but also to improve safety and consider the growth this area is expected to see in the next 20 years.
We've had a lot of growth over the last few years, and it doesn't seem like that's going to slow down.
Heather McDaniel with the Idaho Transportation Department says that in 20 years, traffic volume on I-90 in the Rathdrum Prairie will double. So the state is acting now.
We're thinking sometime between May and June, no later than the beginning of July.
The state is expanding part of North Idaho's busiest freeway, I-90.
We have a lot of space in the inside median of the highway, so most of that expansion is going to happen inward rather than outward.
ITD says these improvements will help make this stretch of road easier and safer to navigate. But neighbors whose homes back up to the freeway told me today they're not happy and believe traffic will only get louder in their neighborhoods.
It'll be 4 lanes each way, rebuilding some of the bridge structures between here and there, doing some work with some of the on-off ramps to make merging a bit safer.
With an expected wrap-up date in 2029, McDaniel did want to give a heads up to drivers.
Yeah, definitely reduce speed speeds. Obviously, we're just encouraging everybody to be very aware and cautious as you're traveling through those work zones, not only for themselves, but also for the safety of the workers.
Yeah, all really good tips. And for those that are wondering about the construction just west of where I'm standing over in Post Falls, that project is expected to wrap up next year. So construction here on I-90, don't expect that to go away anytime soon. Live in Coeur d'Alene, I'm Hunter Bertram for News Now.
All right, thank you, Hunter. Well, take it slow on the way to the bus stop because the roads will be freezing tonight.
After that, there's some more snow on the way. Let's send it over to Chris Crocker now with your first alert forecast.
That is right. Wet roads around the region will be refreezing as temperatures drop into the 20s. And then we're going to put a little more wet weather on top of all of that. Our forecast radar starting off at 2 a.m. shows some snow through the Okanagan area, a rain-snow mix around Moses Lake with the potential for some pockets of freezing rain. That wet weather will be moving into the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area by between 9 and 10 a.m. in the form of snow initially, and then eventually starting around noon turning into either non-accumulating snow, a rain-snow mix, or just rain. By the time we hit our high temperature in the mid-30s, we start to dry out by tomorrow evening, but keeping a slight chance of wet weather going through the day on Thursday. High temperatures, meanwhile, for Wednesday, little bit cooler than today with all the wet weather. We hit 37 today. We'll be 35 in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, 38 in Pullman, St. Mary's, as well as Kellogg. After a morning low of 24 degrees, that wet weather starts off as snow, then it's a rain-snow mix. 35 compares to an average high of 40. We have above average temperatures in the 7-day forecast for the first time in a long time. I'll be back with that in just a few minutes, Derek.
Talk to you in a bit, Chris. Well, over 200 local families in need will soon enjoy shelf-stable food thanks to a huge donation. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints teamed up with the Salvation Army in Spokane. The organizations are making 40,000 pounds of food available. It came to Spokane on a 53-foot box truck all the way from Salt Lake City. And the donation couldn't have come at a better time. Inflation has increased the need for families who can no longer afford groceries.
Well, I think today sends a message of hope for families in need. It's also a good example of how churches and organizations can come together to meet the needs in the community.
The Salvation Army says this donation is enough to feed local families in need for about a week and a half.
Well, this week you can get free training for important health and safety skills. Great Northwest Safety Fest is back for 3 days this week, and you can sign up for classes for everything from first aid to defensive driving. All classes, demonstrations, and workshops are free and will be held at the North Idaho College Workforce Training Center in Post Falls. The event is designed to give industry experience for mining, construction, healthcare, and more.
Ultimate goal is to make sure that workers are safe. Nobody gets hurt on the job, and have that training so they know what to do in case they do get hurt.
Pre-registration is closed, but walk-ins are welcome to attend classes with available spots. For a full schedule and more information, head on over to KXLY.com.
Well, there's a public hearing in Olympia today on legislation to change Washington's state flag.
Yeah, the discussion raised questions about whether the green banner with the state seal best represents Washingtonians and whether a new flag is a priority lawmakers should be focused on right now. House Bill 1938 would establish a committee to oversee the process of designing and adopting a new flag. The committee would take submissions and feedback from the public throughout the process. By July of 2028, they'd have to unanimously adopt one design and work with the legislature to create a referendum for Washingtonians to vote on the new flag. Any future redesigns would also need to go through a referendum process. Supporters say the current design is difficult to reproduce, and blends in one of many state flags that's just a seal on a solid background. One man drew some comparisons to when the city of Bellingham got a new flag in 2017, saying initial pushback to the new symbol later became embraced from the community.
Now it's become this incredibly popular, ubiquitous symbol of the community that appears on murals and sculptures. It's on the side of our garbage trucks, baked into cookies, and even tattooed on citizens. And that's the kind of a flag we deserve to have in Washington.
Critics of the measure question whether a new flag should be a priority for lawmakers, given the state's budget shortfall and other issues. They also see a potential flag redesign as an affront to George Washington and his significance as a national hero.
No other state is named after a president. We're also the only state to display a person with such significance. President Washington's been flown powerfully over our state for more than 100 years. Let's not be the generation responsible for ripping him off of that sacred place.
And the bill would not change the state seal that's found on the flag, government documents, and other official places. The bill is scheduled for a vote out of committee tomorrow afternoon. However, Democratic leadership in the legislature said redesigning the flag is not a top priority right now and doubted how far this bill could move this year. All right, Gonzaga and Washington State men's basketball are set for a big rematch tomorrow.
This week's edition is down in Pullman with both teams needing late season wins, Jax.
Now, Washington State especially, as they're trying to get a better seed for the upcoming WCC tournament. And you can tune in after the break to hear more from the Cougs ahead of this massive game.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Walker's Furniture.
I think this is my favorite. Okay. Hun, what do you think of this one?
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $750 off your tub or shower remodel.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. The winning is just the beginning. So you're looking for something to do? We got you. Want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you wanna do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Go to Lake Casino. At the Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. The winning is just the beginning.
So, how's college?
Well, I've been researching diseases impacting wheat.
Sustainable infrastructure.
Building and leading a skilled team.
You? Leading a team?
So right now we're sort of just focusing on the tensile strength of advanced polymers while under variable loads. Here, hand me those toothpicks.
To make sure we have food to eat. Our businesses in Idaho stay competitive worldwide.
Our bridges stand the test of time. Wow, glad we've got you on the job.
When it comes to replacing your windows and doors, you have options. But not all are created equal. Choose Renewal by Andersen. Andersen brand products are rated #1 for quality, durability, and performance. It's no wonder our products are trusted more than Marvin and Pella. Not sure where to start or worried about upfront costs? Schedule a free, no-obligation consultation. Research the rest, then go with the best. Call Renewal by Andersen today.
So what do you think about these?
We're going to take everything.
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $750 off your tub or shower remodel.
Thursday, March 6th.
We have a possible hostage situation.
I got his location.
There's nobody here.
911 is back.
Something's not right. Almost nothing is right about it.
As its most intense season yet continues.
Zip ties, rope, blood.
He's a damn serial killer. And it looks like he took Maddie with him.
We're gonna find her.
The 911 two-part return begins Thursday, March 6th on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Just one win in their last 7 games. That's where the Washington State Cougars men's basketball team sits with just 4 regular season games to go. Cougs shifting focus to perhaps the biggest game of the year, at least so far, hosting Gonzaga. Zags took care of business against the Cougs in their last meeting, winning 88-75 off of a Graham Ike 21-point and Nolan Hickman 19-point night. But this time around, the Cougs welcomed the Zags to Pullman, their first time in the Palouse since 2015. Head coach David Riley spoke with the media today on what it means to have that kind of atmosphere there and what the team's preparing for it.
We talked about it being loud. We talked about it being a fun game. And I think for the most part, it's just like we owe this community and these fans a heck of a game and a great effort. And this is what it's all about. This is what it means to be a Cougar. And I think we're trying not to overstate it, but it's a fun opportunity for us.
Gonzaga needs a win, and St. Mary's lost to tie for first in the WCC. Washington State, they're down in 7th. They need a win to tie LMU for 6th. Cougs and Zags meet in what's sure to be a sold-out game. WSU gets Isaiah Watts back this time. He was out with injury for their last matchup. And you can hear from him and more from Coach Riley on 4 News Now Nightside. Again, tip-off for this game tomorrow at 6 p.m. Washington State football returns to the gridiron this spring, and now we have the final schedule down for when they're playing. Team comes off an 8-5 season, starting 8-1, ending the year without their starting quarterback, head coach Plenty Moore, only leaving 21 lettermen from last season's team to now. Head coach Jimmy Rogers looks to lead this team into the new era and starts it off with this whole list of practices. Most are closed weekday ones, but the most important ones for y'all to look at are the ones open on Saturday at 9 a.m., especially a fun one at One Spokane Stadium here and, of course, in Spokane. The annual Crimson and Gray game is slated for Saturday, April 12th. That's there right at the bottom. Kickoff time, though, still to be determined. Looking ahead to our high school playoff games tonight, we're starting with our District 6 3A on the girls' side. Central Valley leading Southridge big time. It was 47-13 when I left. Ridgeline traveling to top-seeded Kennewick as well. For the boys, Mount Spokane hosting Walla Walla, and North Central on the upset run, trying to stay alive in a game at Central Valley. Now looking to 2A, Clarkston taking on Pullman in the girls' 2 versus 3 game. 4-1 seeds battling Deer Park, who's still undefeated, hosting, or at least undefeated against these teams, hosting West Valley. Boys' side, top-seeded West Valley leads 4-seed Rogers. Pullman up against Clarkston in a reverse game from the girls. That one's at the Greyhound. So lots of fun high school games. I'll be going back to Central Valley soon to catch that boys game. North Central was the only lower seed to win in any of our tournaments so far. Only one.
Wow. Okay.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah. All right, Jack. Thanks so much.
4 things to know about your weather. We've got some icy roads on the way tomorrow as all the wet roads, sidewalks, and parking lots will be refreezing. Light snow developing before noon, but then it's going to turn into a slushy rain-snow mix. We have warmer, rainy weather ahead for the weekend. I'll tell you all about it after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
This isn't our dog.
That one?
You never got new glasses, did you?
Well, you didn't know Stanton Optical makes eye care easy.
Exactly.
2 pairs of glasses and a free eye exam for $79. Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
We are bringing caring for the person who is dying back into their own family.
It's all about the person that's leaving this world, but it's equally about the family.
With the necessary supports to assure their comfort, symptom management, and accompaniment as they walk through those final days that for many can be very scary. With caring support can really be the fullness of living as a person dies.
For over 40 years, Parker Toyota has been dedicated to serving the people of North Idaho with top quality used vehicles that exceed industry standards.
That's because every used car undergoes a rigorous 160-point inspection. If it doesn't meet our standards, it doesn't belong on our lot.
Providing the highest quality used cars and trucks is just the beginning of our commitment to you as a customer.
Come see our huge selection of vehicles and receive our no-problem customer service at Parker Toyota in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
Did you know that the largest consigned furniture store in the country is in Liberty Lake? Shop gently used furniture for your home, home office, or apartment, all in 60,000 square feet. You can save up to 70% off retail. There are new pieces coming in every single day, and you never know what you're gonna find. Ooh, if you don't see the price you like, make them an offer. You can even shop these amazing savings online. Consigned furniture. Easy way to sell, smart way to buy.
Ready to enjoy some February fun? The Kootenai Casino has a getaway just for you. Book your room now and cozy out for just $59 per night midweek and $89 on the weekend. And enjoy 2 free breakfast vouchers. Win big during our Mardi Gras Masquerade giveaway. And celebrate Valentine's Day and President's Day with extra bonus play. Stay and win at the Inn. Call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
At Stanton Optical, independent eye doctors are available for eye exams whenever you need one. You should have seen me before I got mine. You're so quiet. Are you mad at me? Book your free same-day eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
All right, welcome back. Here is a live look at One Spokane Stadium, where this summer some of the biggest names in comedy will be gathering for the return of the Great Outdoor Comedy Festival. This year's lineup includes Matt Rife, Bert Kreischer, Fortune Feimster, and Derek Stroop. The comedy festival takes place on August 22nd and 23rd, and tickets go on sale this Friday.
And Chris, before we start making plans for the summer, we got to get through the winter weather first.
Yes, and it's nice to see that we finally have some snow on One Spokane Stadium. It took a while to show up, and we're going to add a little bit more to it before we take it down to the studs. So enjoy that snow in your yard while it lasts. I want to start off by just sort of going over what a strange winter it has been. Of course, started off going to be a La Nina year. Thought we'd be up to our ears in snow by Christmas, but boy, that was not how it turned out. Only a little over 2.5 in November, well below average. Only a little over 4 inches in December, just a fraction of our average snowfall. Things started trending snowier in January, and then there's February. Here we are, nowhere near the end of the month, and we've already had almost 14 inches of snow. Our average for the entire month is 7.8, and we may still add a little bit to this. Again, any snow you have at your house, however, will likely be gone by this time next week. I'll show you in just a moment. Meanwhile, here's a look at the snow expected tomorrow around the region. A little bit difficult to quantify because as it piles up, it will almost immediately start melting as our snow turns over to a rain-snow mix or rain. Right around the Spokane area, we'll see a variety of totals up on the higher benches, especially at the airport where the snow comes in a little bit earlier in the morning. We'll have a time to accumulate. We could get over 1.5 inches, but then as it moves into the lower locations of downtown, Northtown, excuse me, and Meade, we'll see those snowfall totals drop, and as it moves in, it's also going to be met with some warmer air. Here's a look at our forecast radar just on the metro area so you can get a sense. 7 a.m. we are dry, then we bring that snow in by around 10 a.m. We'll have snow throughout the region. Snow through around noon. We'll start to see things turning over into more of a rain-snow mix or just rain, and then that trend will continue through the evening commute for a slushy drive home. Our chance of precipitation continues, drops for Thursday. Friday, the snow or the wet weather comes in late in the day, and then a very wet weekend. However, our snow level will increase throughout the week, finally up around 5,500 feet on Saturday, which takes it up above the pass level, up above the valleys, and getting awfully close to our ski areas. So we don't like to see that necessarily, but they've got some snow to spare. Temperatures on the increase will be up to 47 by Monday and Tuesday. And look at those overnight lows above freezing, something we have not seen in a while, Kirsten.
No, it's going to feel good. All right, thank you, Chris. Well, many of us thought we got rid of measles for good back in the year 2000, but new cases are popping up all over the country right now. The virus is airborne and highly contagious. Symptoms include rash, fever, red eyes, and a cough. More severe cases, though, can lead to blindness, pneumonia, swelling of the brain, and even death. Experts say most measles cases are infecting young kids. They say it's because of lower vaccination rates from misinformation.
The vast majority are happening in people who have either not been vaccinated or whose vaccination status is unknown.
Doctors say the best protection against measles is vaccination. The first dose is typically given to babies between 12 and 15 months of age, with a second dose given around age 4.
Working towards a good credit score can feel daunting and overwhelming,
especially for younger people looking to build credit for the first time. ABC's Perry Russum has tips on where to start.
A good credit score is key if you want to apply for credit cards or buy a car or home. And it can even play a factor if you want to rent an apartment or get a cell phone plan. But starting to build credit can be challenging.
Building credit is like getting your first job. Everybody wants you to have experience, but it's hard to get that experience.
Ted Rossman at Bankrate says it's important to start sooner than later so you have more time to develop your credit profile.
Get your kids started around 16 or 17. They're not quite adults yet. They're still living at home, but they might be driving. They might be more independent.
One good way to start, Rossman says, is to become an authorized user on a parent's or other family member's credit card, but only if they have a good account history.
You could build credit just by being associated with the account.
You could also apply for a secured credit card, which involves putting down a deposit as your credit line, usually a few $100s.
On one hand is good because it's a safety step and it's like, well, how much trouble could you get into? The downside is you don't have a ton of purchasing power. This is a stepping stone. And the best secured cards make a commitment to evaluate you for an upgrade to a traditional unsecured card within 6 to 12 months.
A student credit card is another option. These cards are often easier to get approved for than traditional credit cards.
They know you're not going to have much of a credit history, if any, and they're not looking for like big incomes.
When choosing your first credit card, Rossman says you should not get caught up with cash back or other rewards. Focus mainly on low fees.
Try to minimize fees and interest and just establish good habits and build your credit, and then later on you can go for some of the fancier rewards cards.
And once you have the card, get in the habit of paying on time.
Paying in full, avoiding interest, avoiding unnecessary fees. Those are the big things when you're just starting out.
Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
All right, good advice before we go to a break. Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Next, ET, we're with SAG Awards host Kristen Bell.
Right now is the time to laugh.
Why Kristen's caught in the middle of her 2 TV besties.
Ooh, that's a toughie.
Next, ET.
Watch Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
New tonight.
The power went out. Oh.
Let me see. Angie, that's blood.
Oh, God. The killer is loose in the building.
New Will Tratt, tonight on ABC.
What's special for us?
I think that I learned more in this performance than I actually do in a whole week of school.
Bring your family. Let your children experience this.
I wish I could see it again, like right now.
Tickets at shenyun.com/Spokane.
This year, if you'd like to trade in your old vehicle and get $2,025 over Kelly Blue Book towards something new,
then you need to visit Findlay Downtown Toyota.
Right now, save up to $5,000 off all closeout 2024 Tacomas, or get up to $6,000 off a 2025 Tundra truck. Plus, check out the new 2025 RAV4s.
This February, fall in love with a new vehicle from Findlay.
Findlay Toyota's downtown.
It's a February flooring sale this week at Windsor Plywood.
It's time to shop, shop for wood.
Shop where the contractors go to get warehouse pricing on hundreds of exotic new looks. From water-resistant laminate flooring to vinyl and plank flooring with wider plank options that look like natural hardwoods. Windsor Plywood has a variety of fun items to give your home, office, or cabin a new look for the new year.
Windsor Plywood.
My name is Paul Daglin. I've been with Granite Concepts for coming on 19 years now. From the beginning, it's all about customer satisfaction and quality because we want you to be happy. Technology has changed the game of what we can do. If you can do it with wood, you basically can have it done in stone. At Granite Concepts, we want you to feel at home.
They're the most vulnerable babies in our community, and Maddie's Place takes care of them. Now it's time for Maddie's Place to get help from the Extreme Team, along with helping one special baby get ready for what's next. 4 News Now's Extreme Team, brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
4 News Now is brought to you by McVeigh Brothers.
Oh, tomorrow is going to be messy. We'll start off with icy roads, then a little bit of snow, and then some melting and rain-snow mix for some slush. So enjoy. I don't know how to put a real positive spin on that.
You said lots of the rainproof gear, right? For the next few days at least.
For Infinity, yes. In this, yeah, a lot of wet weather coming.
That's perfect. I was just asking about rain boots.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, thanks so much for being with us here for 4 News Now at 6. Don't forget to join us at 11 o'clock for Night's Out.